Today I'll be talking about how to turn the heel of a sock. Here is one sock that's fully finished, and I have a stitch marker here that helps me keep track of the length before I start my decreases for the toe. So I usually, when I'm knitting two socks, I'll just put a little stitch marker like that, and it helps me make the socks exactly the same size. So that's why that's there. But right now, I am going to be showing you how to turn the heel. So I've knit the cuff of the sock, and that's this knitting part in the round here. And then I've knit the heel flap. Now this flap is simply this section right here on the sock. This is the cuff, this is the heel flap, and this is where I turn the heel. And I am all set up to turn the heel of this sock. Now the heel of the sock, right where it gets turned, is worked in a series of short rows. And unlike a normal row where I would knit all the way across, you'll see that I'm going to actually turn my work in the middle. It's a short row, so I knit about, halfway or wherever I get to, and then I turn my work around. So the first short row of the sock is worked on the right side of the work. So I'm going to slip one stitch. I'm going to stop with the rib stitch that I've been working. I've been working a knit 4 and purl 2 sequence, and now I'm going to change to stockinette stitch and change to knitting. So I slipped one stitch. I'm going to knit 20 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are purl stitches. I'm still going to knit them. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now I'm going to work a slip slip knit, which in my case has just worked like that because I knit a little bit differently than other people. Then I'm going to knit one, and now I'm going to turn my work around. So I've just turned it. Now I'm working on the wrong side, and this is row 2 of the heel. I'm going to slip the first stitch, and then I'm going to purl 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I'm going to purl 2 together. Work my decrease there. Oops, let me try that again. There's my purl 2 together, and then I'm going to purl 1. And then I turn my work again. And I'm going to go right back into working another short row, row 3. So I'm going to slip one stitch, and then I'm just going to, now that the first 2 rows are worked, I'm going to knit to 1 stitch before the gap that I created, and you'll see what I'm talking about in just a second. See, I've knit to, there's a gap right there. There's the gap. I'm knitting to 1 stitch before the gap. Then I'm going to slip slip knit and knit 1. Then I turn my work. Now I'm going to slip the first stitch and purl to 1 stitch before I reach the gap. Almost there. There I am again. Here's my gap right there. Here's a purl stitch. I'm going to purl 2 together and purl 1. Turn my work. And now I'm just going to repeat these 2 steps until all the stitches are worked and I reach the very end here. I mean, just do it one more time. Slip 1, knit to 1 stitch before the gap, and here I am. Here's my gap. Here's 1 stitch before it. Slip slip knit, knit 1, turn the work and do it with the purl stitches. So I'm just going to keep working my little short rows here until I reach the end, and you can see the heel is already forming. There's a little bit of a kind of a cupped shape forming. I'm actually turning the heel of the foot right there. So when this is done, go ahead and watch my next video on picking up the stitches right here to rejoin the work for knitting in the round.